Hello, hello, hello. Wow, 12:30 came so fast today. I will go back, I will circle back and put the title in for Marketplace Mantle. Hey, Pastor Salim, how are you? Welcome to Monday Marketplace Mantle. This is my 58th birthday edition. So happy birthday to me. I'm super excited. I was just sitting. What my birthday tradition is to just sit and reflect and think about all the good things that God has done for me. Think about all the things that he's allowed me to do. I kind of sit and listen to prophetic words that were spoken over my life and come into agreement with those prophetic words. So if you're here, please like and share, invite a business bestie to join for this Monday Marketplace Mantle. I'm going to try to do my 30 minutes, but we'll see because I didn't really have anything prepared today. But I am going to go over something that I went over this weekend at our Apostolic Prophetic training. So we have our 3-minute grace period. This is time for you to like and share. Invite people that you know to come on and listen to a little something about the Monday Marketplace Mantle. Yeah, just so excited to be here with you guys today. It is, wow, that 2 minutes went fast. I think I kind of came on almost 31 instead of 30. But hey, my daughter Rashonda, peace and blessings to you. Thank you for joining today. Hey, my son Sam, peace and blessings to you. Thank you for joining on my 58th birthday edition of Marketplace Mantle, Monday Marketplace Mantle. I feel like Rashonda with my cup. I just made me some coffee real quick and jumped on. Thank you guys for tuning in. I see I got like 6 people tuned in. Thank you. Say hey, say HBD. Happy birthday to me. And then I will get started in 1 minute. So this weekend was absolutely amazing. My husband and I, we hosted a apostolic prophetic training class in Strongsville, Ohio this weekend. And I'm just going to go over some of the stuff that I taught at that training class. And I was speaking to ministry and marketplace. But today I'm going to speak mostly to the marketplace, but the 7 stages are still the same. No matter if you're in ministry or if you're in marketplace, there's stages that you go through in your business. So we talk about the first stage being the seed, the discovery stage. And then the seed, let me introduce myself. Hey, thank you for tuning in. I am Teresa McCurry, also known as Super T, the founder of Super T Inspires, and I'm also the co-founder of McCurry Ministries International, where I work alongside my husband, and we help people in ministry, in marketplace, and marriage. So I come on here every Monday at noon. Hopefully you're on your lunch break. You can tune in and learn something about your ministry, your marriage, and or your marketplace. And I just come to share a nugget with you or two, answer any questions that you guys may have. So please inbox me if there's specific questions that you want me to come on. And we come here with prophetic strategies to help your business grow into a kingdom business, because my philosophy is my ministry is my marketplace and my marketplace is my ministry. So when we have that mindset, there's no separation between the business that you do and the people that you serve. Because if God has called you to it, he's going to equip you to do it in a way of excellence and to do it to glorify him, because we want to glorify God in everything that we do. So with that being said, I want to jump in. Okay. With that being said, I want to jump in to stage number 1. So stage number one, when you're in your marketplace, is your discovery, also known as your seed stage. So your discovery stage is when you're discovering different things about your business, how you want to move forward in your business, and you're coming across with the discovery of it. Okay, I think God has called me to this. How will I start this? What is the vision that I have for this business? It requires you to have faith and obedience and preparation. So the seed stage, the discovery stage, is the preparation stage. This is when you prepare for what's next. This is when you put the groundwork in. This is when you say, okay, what's my mission? What's my vision? What are my core value? Who is my target market? And I'm just going to go over this. I want to say I went over it a little bit when I came back from Asia, but I just taught it on Saturday at Strongsville, Ohio. So I just want to come back and reiterate it today. So in the discovery seed stage, those are some of the things that you want to be asking yourself. Sometimes the seed stage is a hidden, misunderstood stage, because you have the thought, but you got to put the preparation down and you got to put it in writing. So the Bible is crystal clear. Write the vision, make it plain. So when God gives you that vision, it's up to you to write it down and put all the pieces that you know. Do you know everything? No. That's when your team comes into place, but you're not ready for a team just yet. You need to put the vision down on paper and then figure out how you want to move from there. The assignment, because it's expected to have, a lot of people expect to have immediate results just because they have the thought. And that's how a lot of businesses crash and burn. Why? Because the foundation wasn't built thick enough. The foundation wasn't built sure enough. And in building a foundation, I know one of my architectural friends said that if you're building a 2-story building, you need a certain type of foundation. But if you're building a 10-story building, you need a foundation that's deeper and that's thicker. Hey, my daughter Tiara, thank you for joining. You need a foundation that's deeper or thicker. So what are you building? So the preparation is what needs to happen. And preparation should take, I'm going to say, at least 50 to 60% of the time before you actually go into launching, before you go into startup. You want to have all the scenarios down. You want to put everything in place during your seed time, during your discovery, so you won't have to come back. So don't despise small beginnings. God has you there for a reason. So my question is, what has God placed in your heart? What seed has God placed in your heart? Put that in the chat. What seed has God placed in your heart? Put the name of your business. Put the thought behind your business. What seed has God placed in your heart? Because you know, everything starts in a seed form. Everything. Ooh, let's just stop right here for a minute and unpack that. Everything starts with a seed form. And the seed form that it starts with is one, the thought, and then you writing it down. So once you have the thought, then you write it down. And then after you write it down, this next thing that will happen is the manifestation of the thing that you wrote down. So I'm still looking in the chat. What seed has God placed in your heart? What's the name of your business? What's the name of your ministry? What's the name of your nonprofit? What has God placed in your heart for you to be able to cultivate, for you to be able to nurture, for you to be able to give birth through? 2, what are the seeds that God's placed in your heart? So the seed that God placed in my heart right now is called the Academy. And the Academy is a place where ministry can come with practical tools. Hey, Adrian, thanks for joining. Put the name of the seed that God placed in your heart so I can know what God is doing in each and every one of you guys that are watching. Maybe I don't have it where I can see y'all responses, but put the name of the seed that God placed in your heart. So going back to what God placed in my heart right now is the Academy. And with the Academy, I'm in the preparation stage, so I'm in the discovery stage of it, and we're flushing out practical tools for ministry and marketplace, practical things that you need in your ministry and your marketplace so you can grow and develop and use your ministry and or your marketplace as a kingdom foundation for your business. So as a kingdom foundation for your business, kingdom meaning king, the king, domain, the king's domain. So we as kingdom individuals, we as kingdom cousins, y'all my kingdom cousins, we all say we love the Lord and we want to glorify God in everything that we do. As our kingdom cousins, as we come together and do what it is that God has called us to do, we want to work collectively and understand what God has placed in our heart. So in that, we want to name the seed. And then once we name the seed, we want to develop all the pieces that goes along with it. So y'all already know in the beginning, first you need your mission, your vision, your core values, your target market, and then you can create your business plan if you are in marketplace, or you can create your boilerplate if you are in a nonprofit organization. So you need a business plan or a strategic plan. Both of them can be strategic. You can have a strategic business plan or you can have a strategic plan. And if you have a strategic plan in a nonprofit, you want to turn that strategic plan into a boilerplate. And a boilerplate is what's going to help you when you're doing your funding. So if you want to create that, you can work with somebody that can help you do that. I would say invest in it. Some things we have to invest in because there's only so much that we know. Even though we live in the information world, even though we can plug a lot of things into ChatGPT and get answers, we want to brand it where it speaks to us. It speaks to our heart's desire. It speaks to what the Holy Spirit has placed inside of us. So as we're branding the things that God has given us, we want to be crystal clear on the direction, because if you're not crystal clear on the direction, you'll river off into some other things. And remember, I talked about that, I want to say, on my last video. Okay, it's saying my battery is low. Come on, y'all. Don't be acting crazy. Let me plug up my phone. It's saying my battery is low. Hopefully y'all can hear me when it's plugged up. Can y'all still hear me? I can't even see y'all response. I don't even know if y'all response. I'm going to just assume y'all can hear me, and I'm going to keep on going. No interruptions, no distractions. Okay, thank you, Adrian. I seen the hearts. So the hearts mean to me that you guys can still hear me. So I'm done with startup. Number one is discovery. Number one is discovery, your seed. Number two is startup and your mission. So when you are starting up your business, that means I'm hanging my sign out and I am starting my business. So you can start an online business. You can start a brick and mortar, which I don't recommend that right now at this time. I think if you're going to invest in a brick and mortar, you need to have some longevity behind you. I don't recommend starting out with the brick and mortar because the expenses and the costs can be very great. I would recommend, if you need a brick and mortar, that you can probably partner with somebody where you can come into their particular brick and mortar and do your services at some time. But to come out the gate with a brick and mortar, you definitely need some VCs, some venture capitalists. That means you need some money. You need some investors. You need to make sure that you have things in place if you're going to jump out and start your startup with a brick and mortar. So the vision must be clear in your startup and your mission. You don't want to despise small beginnings, because everybody started off small. And faith is necessary to launch in any season. You want to have the necessary faith in God to say, yes, God has called me to this. I'm not going to shrink back. I'm going to move forward. Now, when you start up, will obstacles come? Yes, that's all a part of the process. That's helping you build muscle. I call obstacle sandpaper. Y'all know what sandpaper does? It kind of smooth out the rough edges. So just expect the obstacles. Expect things are gonna come. Expect things are not gonna go as planned. But that just helps to make you stronger, and it helps you to focus. Because I said, for every vision will be tested for authenticity. I'm gonna say that again. Every vision will be tested for authenticity. Prophet T, what does that mean? That means that if you have a vision, it will be tested to make sure that it's something that God truly placed in your heart for you to do. Because sometimes people kind of get thrown off. They'll see somebody else doing something, and then they'll feel like, oh, they doing that. That looks cool. I think I want to do it. But it's really not your vision. Is you seeing somebody else do something, thinking that, oh, I can do that. And you probably can. But all visions will be tested for authenticity. And when the vision is tested for authenticity, that's the point where either you're going to quit and give up, or you're going to continue moving forward with the vision that God has placed in your heart. So when the vision is tested for the authenticity, that's when you build character. When the vision is tested for authenticity, that's when the capacity comes. It helps to build the capacity for me to keep on going. Do I quit or do I keep on going? Do I listen to the naysayers? When I'm talking about this, I think about Nehemiah building the wall. Y'all read that story in the Bible? Nehemiah had a passion. The vision was for him to rebuild the wall. And when Nehemiah was assigned to rebuild the wall, what happened? Sanballat and Tobias came, and they was messing with him while he was trying to build the wall. That's the vision being tested for authenticity. But Nehemiah didn't come off that wall. He stayed on that wall and he kept building. Just understand there's sometimes in your marketplace that you're going to be building and fighting at the same time. Nehemiah was building the wall and he was fighting off Sanballat and Tobias at the same time. That's being tested for authenticity. Now, once the vision has been tested for authenticity and you're still moving forward, you keep going. The sandpaper done smoothed out those rough edges. Now you're ready for growth and development. That's the next stage. So in the growth and development stage, that's when you want to create systems in place. Remember, we talked about SOPs. We talked about processes. We talked about procedures. We talked about KPIs, key performance indicators, something that'll give you metrics to know where you are in your business, and are you missing the mark or are you hitting the mark? Are you even setting goals so you can hit or miss? Because sometimes we just on all. Okay, as you continue to move forward, you'll have different opportunities to get all of those things in place. I love you, Adrian. I love you, and you're doing fine. You're doing fine. Girl, you done been at this for 20 years. You're going to keep it moving. Amen. Thank you, Rashonda, for putting things in the chat. I appreciate that. So growth and development. Many businesses struggle during the growth and development because they lack the systems that they need. The growth and development is needed. Growth exposes weaknesses. God often removes unhealthy habits from your life during that time. Relationships are things that you can leverage during your growth and development. Structure is needed during this time. Healthy development requires accountability and leadership maturity. I'm going to say that one more time. Healthy development requires accountability and leadership maturity. So the question that I have for you is, what systems are missing from your organization? Think about it. What systems do I need to have in place? Go back and create them. Sometimes you need to bring a consultant in because you have blind sides. I can't see what's on that side because I'm so busy looking to the other side that I don't see what's on that side. And if you have blind sides, you don't even know that you have a blind side. So sometimes it's good to bring people in to help you see where you have blind spots at. That you have a blind side. And in that blind side, don't get mad if somebody points something out to you. Just make the course correction so you can move forward, so you can do what it is that you need to do, so you can advance and you can grow and you can develop. Now, after you come from the growth and development stage, then you can consider yourself established. Right? So let me tell you, what does that look like? What are some practical examples? If I am working in my business and I have employees, but I still need to work, I'm not quite established. So to me, I'm established when I can walk away from my business for 30 days, no hands on, and my team members, my employee, my staff, they know what to do. They don't have to call me and ask me no questions. I can walk away in established foundation phase, and my business will work on its own. So if my business is not working on its own, or if I'm still working in the business, I don't really consider myself an established foundation, because once the established foundation is there, then I can give it to other people. I have I have policies in place. My culture is to a place that my team members don't have to come and ask me everything. They understand the hierarchy. They either can go see the team leader, or they can go see the supervisor, or they can talk to somebody on the board so that they can get the answers they need. They don't have to come to me. But I have to set it up that way so I can get to the point where I have an established foundation. So that's the next phase. Established foundations. It becomes vulnerable at some places, and you can't compromise. You have to be able to move forward with integrity, or it may collapse. So you want to get to that point where I have an established foundation. I can move forward. It has sustainability. That means it can sustain on its own. Leaders must continue to evaluate the culture and reflect the kingdom values. So what happens when you do get established and you are on automatic pilot? You have to keep going back. My husband and I, we call that, you have to go back and inspect what you expect. You have to go back and inspect what you expect. Because one thing that I learned about people, they will let somebody come in with a dominant personality and change their mind or change the way things work, right? I remember when I owned my salon, Mimi's Hair, Heaven and Spa, I had like 32 employees. And then sometimes an employee would come in and do things that are contrary to our culture. And then next thing you know, when this one particular employee, and it happened several times over the 10 years of owning that business, when an employee would come in and do something contrary to the culture, instead of the team members that had already been there and knew what the culture was, they would always kind of bend to that employee doing something contrary to the culture. And then I would have to come back and reset the culture, reset the standards, telling them how to protect the vision that we have going on here. And if y'all know that we don't start late, if a client is sitting there and the employee is late, somebody else needs to start that client. Somebody else needs to get them draped. Somebody else needs to offer them coffee and tea. Somebody else needs to get them shampoo, whatever it took so that that service started on time. So then if you have a culture in your business, in your ministry, you need to make sure that culture is understood. This is how we do business here. This is how we serve God. This is how we serve our people. So that culture is so important. Even in our ministry, I think about New Beginnings ministry, that we wanted to develop a culture of love. No matter who came in those doors, we wanted to make sure that they were loved. And there's no such thing as an unlovable person. You can love anybody no matter what stage they are. Now, they may reject the love that you're giving, but long as you are giving love, long as you are showing love, long as you are treating them with respect, that's the goal. So the established foundation, and we moving right along. The next thing is the expansion and the duplication. So if you desire to expand, if you desire to scale your business, that's when all those policies, procedures, and all those things have to be in place. And when I think about expansion and duplication, scaling your business, that's where the franchise come into place, right? If I want to franchise this, if I want to have multiple locations, if I want to take other people, give them my system where they can duplicate it. You know what? A lot of that is going on today. Have you looked on certain social media things, and then you become I think it's called an affiliate marketer, that you're going to take the way that they do things and you're going to apply it to your business, and then you'll get a certain cut of that business because they've already created the plan. You just take the blueprint, plug it into your business. Those are expansion and duplication efforts. So if you have a business that you want to expand and duplicate, first of all, you got to get it all in writing. You got to get the whole policies and procedures in writing. I don't know if you can patent it, but you definitely want to copyright it, right? Because nowadays you could just duplicate other things that other people are doing. But if it's copyrighted, then you can go back and they will have to pay you for that. So do your due diligence, do your research if you want to get to the point for expansion and duplication. Those where franchise come in, those where associate affiliates come in. That's when people do things the way that you have already trained them to do. And most of the time that comes with a dollar amount. Either they pay you to do that, or there's a certain commission off of what it is that they're doing. So if you want to expand, duplicate, or scale, you want to have all those things in place. And last is the succession exit plan. Succession exit plan. So once you get to that point, have you trained up somebody that you can turn your business over to? Have you trained up somebody that you know that I am going to leave this to somebody else because I'm moving on to the next thing that God has for me? Thank you for tuning in, Apostle Montero. You already heard this on Saturday, so I'm just doing a duplication for my birthday edition. And thank you so much for the birthday love. I appreciate it. I received the Cash App. I'll give y'all all that information at the end. Let me finish. Okay, so succession and exit. So this is when you must prepare for your transition. You need to bring somebody alongside of you so they'll know how you do what you do. You need to share all your codes. You need to share all your logins. You need to share. It's so much that has to be shared when you're getting to that point. So the transition, the exit, the succession, I'm saying it should take, depending on how big your organization is, anywhere from 1 year to 5 years for you to transition that out and transition it out successfully. So the transition and the exit, the succession really matters. It really matters. So I want to leave you guys with some reflection questions. What stage are you currently in? Do you know what stage you're currently in? What strengths are helping you address? What strengths are helping you advance? What strengths are helping you advance? So my strength is I'm very organized. My strength is I take notes and I go back and look at those notes, because it's one thing to take notes. It's another thing to go back and look at them. A lot of people take notes, but they don't never go back and look at them. What weaknesses are slowing your growth? You want to be truthful with yourself and answer these questions. What adjustment is God requiring of me now? Because there's always course correction. And you say, God, what do I need to be doing now? That season is over. And when that season is over, walk away from it. Know that season is over. And then last, what must you stop doing? What must you start doing? And what must you strengthen? So I went over all of this. We didn't record it. So I said I was going to come on my Monday Marketplace Mantle and share with you those 7 stages of your marketplace. Amen. So again, today is my birthday edition. I am actually 58 years young. Like my husband say, he's 65 years young. I am 58 years young. Oh, y'all, guess what? We went out to dinner on Saturday and I got a glass of wine and the guy carded me. He wanted to see my ID. I was so excited. I said, I'm going to give you a hug. I got up and gave the man a hug. He asked me for my ID. I'm like, I will be 58 years old on Monday. He was like, no way. I was like, yes way. So we had a good time. So today is my actual birthday. I told you all earlier, I've been reflecting on all the goodness of God, listening to prophetic words that I've received over the years, and just excited about what is to come. My husband is taking me out to dinner later on this evening, so we'll take some pictures and post them. If you want to send me a Cash App, you can send it to my name, $ Teresa S. Don't forget the S in the middle, McCurry, MCCURRY, and I'd greatly appreciate it. If you want to Zelle me, you could do it to that same email, TeresaSMcCurry@gmail.com. And if you want to just send a prayer for me for my birthday, I would really appreciate that. And what I'm asking God for now is clarity on being. I'm not becoming, I already am. On being this master builder. God has called my husband and I to be master builders, to help others build. And in being this master builder, I want to take this position seriously and know what God has called us to do. So if you can agree with me in prayer on being this master builder, helping my spiritual sons and daughters grow their businesses, their ministries like never before, I would appreciate that. Again, I am Teresa S. McCurry, also known as Super T of Super T Inspires, the CIO of Super T Inspires, Chief Inspirational Officer. And I'm also the founder of McCurry Ministries International, where my husband Greg and I help people in ministry, marketplace, and marriage. And if you want to contact us, you can shoot us an email, mmi.serving.people@gmail.com. MMI, McCurry Ministries International, .serving.people@gmail. Look forward to seeing you guys next Monday, 12:30. Monday Marketplace Mantle. Be blessed, but most of all, be inspired. Have a great day. Bye-bye.